Hi, my name is Jake and I work with the Hubbard County Soil and Water Conservation District. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of zooplankton on the freshwater food chain. You might be wondering what a zooplankton is. They are tiny aquatic organisms that can be found in the millions and are a popular food for young fish. Zooplankton are often preyed upon by bugs, which are a popular food for adult fish. This means that even the adult fish can benefit from zooplankton existing. Overall, they are a key species in aquatic systems because they help transfer energy from the sun to fish by consuming many types of algae, which fish often don't eat. Food chains are a very important concept when it comes to aquatic ecosystems. Like on land, most aquatic food chains are possible because of energy from the sun. In aquatic systems, plants and algae can use energy from the sun to grow bigger and more numerous. Since they gain energy without eating anything, they are called producers. With the existence of a bunch of plants and algae producers, many animals have evolved to eat them. These animals are called consumers, which just means they get their energy from eating other things. Algae are one of the lowest members of the food chain. They are so small you can hold millions in your hand. However, high levels of algae can have many negative effects on lakes. It can cause low oxygen levels, which makes it hard for fish to breathe. Since they are so small, fish don't really feed on them. This is where zooplankton come in. They eat tons of algae, which can help maintain the level of algae, keeping the lakes cleaner and healthier. Here we are collecting the zooplankton. We collect them with a cone-shaped net called the Wisconsin net. This net funnels water into a small cage made out of super small mesh that filters out the water, keeps the tiny zooplankton in the cage. We then pour the zooplankton that are trapped in the cage into small containers so we can study them later. Now that we have them back to our home base, we will put them underneath a microscope to get a better view. Now that we have a better view, you can see how much life can be found in water. If you look closely, you can see many different species zooming around. We will take a closer look at some of the key species that we found when we took our sample. Here we have a Daphne, which is one of my favorites, and if you look at the red arrow, it's pointing to the eggs in the Daphne. Since they're clear, you can actually see their eggs. Now if you look at the right arrow, it is pointing to the version of a stomach, and the left arrow is pointing out their eye spot, which can see light, but is not very good at seeing shapes. Here is a video of a Daphne in action. They use their arms to swim around and feed. They primarily eat microalgae, which are just really small algae, that turn our water green. They are very popular for tiny minnows and baby fish. Some aquariums even feed them to their fish. Our next species we're going to be looking at is the cyclops. They get that name because of their singular eye spot located on the front of their head. Right near the eye spot is their two arms they use for moving around. If you look towards the rear of the cyclops, you can see two blue egg sacs. These crazy critters mainly eat algae, which can help keep the water clear. They are often preyed upon by many different species of fish, especially when they're younger. Lastly, we have the ostracods, also known as the sea shrimp. They are a small freshwater crustacean that resembles a tiny clam with a shrimp inside, thus the name sea shrimp. There is about 13,000 living species, but only around 2,000 live in freshwater, which means the rest live in the ocean. These little critters also feed on algae by filter feeding, which is basically like vacuuming up the water, removing the algae. Here we have a video of them in action roaming around on a piece of debris. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and maybe next time when you're out on the lake, take a look for our little aquatic friends.